Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I'm so excited about this class. This is the topical use of essential oils class, and I'm thrilled that you have joined us, or if you are catching out the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. I'm Dr. Laura Ricci. I'll do a quick introduction because we've had so many new people come into this education group and space. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and national board certified health and wellness coach, specializing in functional nutrition, women's health, insulin resistance, and I'm an essential oil educator and global platinum team leader with doTERRA International. And again, I want to thank you for being here. We have a giveaway for those of you that are watching, US viewers watching live, so stay tuned for all of the details on how to enter. And this is going to be an interactive workshop. I'm really excited to share with you. So grab something to drink, grab a pen and paper. We're going to take some notes. This is a hot topic. This is one that we get a lot of questions on, that I get asked regularly. I'm going to make sure that you guys can hear me okay, which it seems like you can. It's so great that you guys are hopping on. We have some people joining on Zoom and some over on Facebook Live. So welcome and good morning. And we are so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. So we're going to jump into this information. I'm going to share my screen with you and we will kick this off. And let me know where you guys are from as you're popping in. It's really exciting to connect with you through this virtual space. All right, so this is our topical use of essential oils class. And again, I always like to start with this, that this information, it's not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with your qualified healthcare professional, and it's not intended as medical advice. This is really just me sharing information from my own research and training and education and my experience that I've had. And I really want to encourage you to partner with your qualified healthcare team and professional to make the best decisions for your health and wellness. All right, we're going to dive in. I'm going to start a little bit with my journey. For those of you that are new, some of you guys know, some of you are new to following me, what actually brought me into the world of functional nutrition and essential oils and functional medicine was my own personal journey. So I was diagnosed with an extremely rare sarcoma called a desmoid tumor. That's the tumor there at the top. That's the CT scan. It was in my abdominal wall. That six-pack muscle, it was on the left side of my body. So what you're seeing at the bottom is actually a hernia that I had a year after that tumor was removed. So they put synthetic mesh in my body and it herniated and they repaired it and then it herniated again. And long story short, I had a complex abdominal wall reconstruction. So those are the drains that I had that you can see coming out of me there. I was in the hospital for 5 days, had drains coming out of me for 2 weeks. It was quite a challenging experience being diagnosed with cancer at such a young age. And then was also diagnosed with adult hip dysplasia and had some very major hip surgeries, bigger than hip replacement, to basically build me new hip joints out of my existing joint and bones. So kind of crazy. You can see that there. They're called periacetabular osteotomies. And then was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease in 2015. And those are those rashes that you see there. Bartonella is a co-infection of Lyme. And you can see those large rashes on my back and on my hands. And I started looking at integrative approaches and just changing my diet. Actually, that picture on the top right, just changing my diet and going on an anti-inflammatory diet reduced the redness and the irritation that I had in my hands. And then when I started incorporating other things, I just really saw that this is a health and wellness lifestyle. And the essential oils fit so beautifully in supporting us with different things. I was on high doses of IV, vitamin C, magnesium, different things. So this again is just a little bit of where I come from in my journey of being both a practitioner and a patient and seeing both sides of the coin there. So why do we want to use essential oils topically? Why do we want to talk about this? Well, it's actually one of the fastest and simplest ways to see benefits. It's very beneficial for the skin. It's very soothing to the body. You can incorporate it and use it as part of a massage, and it really allows you to target a specific area of the body, which is really helpful to get that desired effect. And you can also provide overall support for the entire body in this way. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with this. And there's many benefits as well. So it's important to remember that essential oils do contain a chemical component that's useful for cleansing and purifying. So this is something that can really help with decreasing the appearance of skin imperfections or if you have irritated skin, or maybe oily skin, or maybe you just want to reduce some wrinkles or fine lines, or just promote that healthy complexion, reducing the appearance of blemishes. All of these things are things that you can use your essential oils for. It's a pure natural way to care for the skin. We want to reduce our toxins, those parabens or fillers, those endocrine disruptors, right, that affect our hormones and our thyroid and our health. And we want to really avoid those things that are hiding in a lot of our products, like our cleansers, our toners, our lotions. And then again, we're going to talk about this in more detail, so stay tuned. But diluting for sensitive or delicate skin is really important as well. And then there's a lot of benefits for using the essential oils topically. It offers those benefits to the skin. You're also getting the aromatic benefits as you inhale, which is going to be really great for respiratory support or emotional support with that. So think about the different things that our oils can do for us, whether that's soothing, they can produce a calming sensation in the body, or even warming or cooling. Warming, think oregano; cooling, think something like peppermint. And it can also be very energizing. So depending on where you need a little bit of support, you can use your essential oils, and by using the oils topically and diluting, you can actually target specific areas of the body and make it work more for you, which is really great, right? We want to target and get very specific on those things. So a quick reminder, when we're talking about topical use of essential oils, quality does matter. There is an incredible website called sourcetoyou.com. I highly recommend that you check it out. One of the things that you can do at sourcetoyou.com, if you see there at the bottom, you can pull a quality report for your bottle of essential oil. So all of our bottles of essential oil have a little code there at the bottom, printed on the bottle, and you can look up the testing and quality reports for your batch of oil. This is very, very important. doTERRA runs several tests on their oils to make sure that there is no adulteration, heavy metals, anything in there that shouldn't be in there. But they do 54 tests on each sample of essential oil, and you can see several of them listed there. There's lots of different things, from checking for heavy metals, they're checking to see if there is anything in there that's not supposed to be there, and 43 of those tests are done in-house at doTERRA, and 11 are done at APRC. This is doTERRA's third-party testing that they do, Aromatic Plant Research Center, to make sure that these are going to be a therapeutic oil that can support you. This is very different from getting stuff at the health food store or the mall, and this is very important when we're talking about topical use, because what we put on our skin gets absorbed into our bloodstream, and we're going to talk about that. So safety really does matter, and I want you guys to know that not all essential oils are created equally. Oils have their own chemical makeup, and they react with the body in their own way, and everything from the way that that oil was harvested, or the plant was harvested, the production, the testing, that's going to vary from different companies. And some oils are pure and thoroughly tested, but unfortunately, 95% of the oils that are sold on the market are adulterated, are synthetic fragrances. This is a really big thing to be aware of. So we're talking about fillers, preservatives, impurities, things that are going to lower the quality of oil and make it unsafe for topical or internal use. This is very, very important. So quality does matter. Please do your due diligence and your research as a consumer. And then this is something to look at, right? Always read the labels, because here, this is an essential oil from a department store, and it says that it's 100% pure and natural, and it's gonna help you with all of these things, right? Okay, well, when we actually flip that oil over, that label over, we want to start asking, is this safe for topical use? Is it safe for internal use? What's going on there? And this actually says that it causes skin irritation. Right there on the packaging, it says that it can cause an allergic skin reaction. And then there's all of these warnings. I don't know about you guys, but this makes me very leery, very cautious about things like that. So again, if this is something like lemon or orange or things that we would recognize as food, we If it's a pure therapeutic grade oil, we should be able to take it internally. We should be able to use it topically. This is telling us right here, you cannot use that for either method. So if we can't use it on our skin or internally, do we really want to diffuse that and inhale that into our lungs? I don't think so. So again, read your labels. Quality matters with this. This is not a therapeutic grade oil. This is what I would consider a perfume or a synthetic fragrance. And we know synthetic fragrance are like the new secondhand smoke. So just things to consider, very, very important that we talk about that. There's a lot of benefits and a lot of different areas of the body that we can use essential oils topically to help us. They can be very calming, very relaxing, maybe to relieve tension. Maybe you're having head or neck tension, even for healthy breathing. If you're somebody that struggles and needs a little bit of respiratory support, we can use those oils topically for you. Again, that warming or cooling sensation. Maybe you're having discomfort in the muscles, in the joints, and you just want to help to soothe those areas. So there's lots of different areas that we can apply the essential oils to support us and help us. And we know that essential oils aren't new, right? They've been around and used historically for thousands of years. They've kind of become a new hot topic because now you're finding them at Target and Walmart and the grocery store and the mall, but we just talked about how quality matters and why you're actually wasting your money and could actually be doing a detriment to your health by purchasing a perfume or synthetic adulterated fragrance versus a therapeutic oil. Now, I thought this was kind of interesting if there are any history buffs out there, but did you know that thyme was actually used by ancient Greeks for bathing, and the Egyptians used it as part of their embalming process? Heliochrysum, which is one of my favorite oils for emotional support. We often think of it if we get a cut or we're bleeding and we can put it on to help with that. But it was used in ancient Greece for the skin, has some beautiful purifying properties for the skin, as well as geranium. That was used by the ancient Egyptians to help beautify the skin. Dill, if you were lucky enough to snag dill, it was a limited oil back in the summer a while back. This was actually used by ancient Egyptians because it has a lot of soothing effects there. We know frankincense was used also by the ancient Egyptians for perfumes, for salves, to really soothe the skin. And then Indian sandalwood has many benefits for the skin as well. And the Egyptians also used it in embalming purposes and processes. And Romans and Egyptians used lavender for bathing, for relaxation, using it as a perfume. So these aren't new. Now the science and the research is slowly catching up, and a big part of that is because of doTERRA and these Prime Meridian healthcare clinics that are integrative clinics that are coming out. But nature knows best, right? And we've been seeing these used regularly. So leaves of the Melaleuca tree were actually used in Australia. This is where we get our tea tree oil for the skin and having that cooling effect. Myrrh's another really precious oil, used as a perfume for embalming and for health aids. Cassia was used a lot in biblical times. It's a warming oil. We also know that the Bible talks about actually several essential oils, spikenard, frankincense, myrrh. We think of those. And Hawaiian sandalwood, again, for those skin imperfections. And clary sage, I thought this was kind of interesting, was also used in the Middle Ages. So when we're talking about things being used throughout history, things to help the skin, things that were used for topical use, again, this isn't new. The research is kind of catching up with us. But what I found on my own personal healing journey is that nature knows best. And when we go back to those things, the body knows if something is real, like a real true essential oil, versus something that is fake and is synthetically produced and made in a lab. And our skin is our largest organ because of its weight, because of its surface area, and it does a lot for us. We really need to respect our skin. It helps to protect us from those outside invaders and pathogens and things. It provides a sense of touch, and it even helps to regulate body temperature. So you can see there the different layers of the skin, the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis that are listed there. So we're talking about applying something that is going to be absorbed in through our skin. It's going to come into our body, into our bloodstream. So again, we want to make sure that what we're using is pure and it's a therapeutic grade and something that is safe for us to be using there. And this is also why we want to look at our cosmetics. We want to look at the lotions, those things that we're putting on our skin, because all of that is going to be absorbed. So if you can't eat it, or it's not something that is going to be safe for topical use, you really want to be putting that on your skin. And especially as women, we use so many different makeups and cosmetics and perfumes and all of those things, and we really need to ditch the fragrances and the makeup that's not serving us. I love Crunchy. It's a non-toxic makeup that I use, but these are things to start thinking about in our health and wellness lifestyle journey. Absorption. So the skin, again, it does so much for us, and you can see how topical absorption of those essential oils, it's going to affect our health. And oils are lipid soluble. We know that they're fat, they're an oil, which allows them to go in and penetrate the skin very easily, very quickly. And once the oils are absorbed into the skin, they're going to remain in the applied area, which means that you're going to actually get benefits in a localized area. You can increase the absorption, and you can extend the benefits of the essential oil by actually massaging that oil into the skin, and then also by using a carrier oil. So not only is that going to help to moisturize the skin, but it's also going to help that essential oil to be absorbed. So research is showing us that if we put an essential oil on neat, which means we just apply it straight to the skin. So for example, say I have lavender, and I'm going to put a drop of lavender on my skin. About half of that is going to be evaporated, and the other half is going to be absorbed. If I use a carrier oil with that, then almost all of that is going to be absorbed into the skin. So this is really important to understand, and we're going to talk more about it. But how does this work? So each essential oil's got a really unique chemical profile. So again, oregano may be more warming. Peppermint can be very energizing, or spearmint. Any of the mints I think of as energizing. Lavender is going to be more calming. Peppermint as well can be very cooling, which is why it's a great one for head or neck tension, or if you're trying to reduce a high body temperature. Essential oils can be renewing, like frankincense, to the skin, to different areas of the body. So when an oil is applied topically, that's going to be absorbed into the skin. It's going to help us to experience those benefits of that chemical property of the oil. And then you're also getting that aromatic benefit as well, because the aroma is going to linger on the skin, so you can breathe in that essential oil for several hours after. Much better than a perfume, right? Than a synthetic fragrance, because not only are you getting that physical support, but you're also getting the emotional support and the respiratory support from that oil as well, which is why essential oils are powerful tools to help you. Dilution. Dilution is very important. Now, diluting an oil will not take away the benefits. I know when I first started on my essential oil journey, I thought, you know, I'm just not going to dilute. I'm not going to use a carrier oil. Give it to me full strength. I want it to work. It's not going to take away those benefits. What it's actually going to do is help with better absorption into the skin, and you're going to get extended benefits for longer. So I want you to start diluting your essential oils. I want you to start experimenting with that and noticing how your body feels. And dilution slows the rate of evaporation, and it enhances that absorption. So often when we think of dilution, maybe in chemistry, we think of making something weaker. And what I want you to think about with the essential oils is you're actually getting maximum absorption. You're actually helping to support your body in some really powerful ways with diluting the oil. So it's going to slow that rate of evaporation. It's going to enhance that absorption. And it even helps to protect if you have sensitive skin or delicate skin, and we're going to get into that more. If we have seniors or anybody that's got sensitive skin, or even babies, we want to be diluting. It allows for that more effective topical absorption into the skin. Now, a recommended dilution ratio is going to be about 3 drops of a carrier oil to 1 drop of an essential oil. But I'll give you some more guidelines and charts and things, and we'll talk more about this. But some oils should always be diluted, and we're going to talk about those too. So read the instructions on each oil before applying it topically, and doTERRA has given us so much education and resources and tools. You can look up an essential oil online, or when you get started with doTERRA, they actually mail you this really beautiful book. It's the doTERRA Essentials book. And when you open it up, it lists all of the essential oils, and it tells you which ones you need to dilute, which ones are hotter oils. And we're going to dive into that even more. So stay tuned. We'll talk about it. But again, I love that doTERRA provides us with so much education, and it's free, and it's open to every single person there that we have that. Okay, here's a really good chart. This could be something that you would want to screenshot and have on hand and use as a reference guide. So this is for adults as well as children, and it's talking about internal. Internal here refers to taking essential oils in a capsule or a soft gel form, and oral in this chart actually refers to essential oils taken in water or other liquid or under the tongue. And we did a whole class on internal use of essential oils last month. And then you can look there, the dermal or the topical use. And again, these are guidelines, these are recommendations, and I'm going to talk to you about these with making roller bottles and diluting, because that is going to really stretch your dollar, help you to extend the life of your oils. It is really great and convenient to have to throw into a purse or a bag. So we're going to dive into this a little bit more. There's lots of different dilution charts going around. You can find some online. This is one of my favorites. This was actually created by one of my sweet friends, Andrea Stevens. You can see her information there at the bottom. She's got some great resources and tools. And I like this one because it's simple and it's based off of age. Now, again, you can look online. You're going to see some conflicting things, but I want you to use this as a guide, but also trust your intuition and your inner wisdom. And I believe in bioindividuality. And the oils are very, very pure and concentrated. If you're using a pure therapeutic grade oil like doTERRA, one drop goes a long way because they aren't adulterated and have all these things added to them. So for babies, 0 to 3 months, one drop is a good recommended place to start. But I will tell you, with my baby nephew, Ethan, we would start with one in a 10 ml roller and then top with our carrier oil, which we'll talk about. And then we'd see if we're getting the results that we want. And if we need it a little bit stronger, you can always open up that roller and add more. It's easier to add, less is more, right? So for babies, I will typically say 1 to 3 drops. Trust your mama bear intuition with that and notice how it's working for your child. For ages 3 months to 24 months, about 2. But again, I have some mamas that they need a little bit more. They're noticing that maybe it's like 3 to 5 that works well. So trust your intuition, see what works for you. For 2 to 12, you can do about 5 drops in there. And again, less is more. You can always add more if you need to. And then for adults, we consider adults around 12 and up, about 10 drops of an essential oil in here in a 10 ml roller, top with fractionated coconut oil. So this is going to be heavily diluted. Now, I will say some people like 15. My husband, in his Breathe roller that he makes, he likes about 20 to 30 drops. He likes it pretty strong. For me, about 10 to 15 drops in a roller per oil is pretty good for me. So play with this. Use your bioindividuality. You are an experiment. You are an N of 1 experiment. And I think we have to tune into that. Just like I don't think there's one diet that's going to serve everybody. And I can't put everybody on one diet and everybody's going to feel awesome. You have to find the right dilution that works for you or your child or the people in your home. So be your own hero here, be your own person that you can play with and use. And that's what I love about the essential oils, is there's a little bit of wiggle room there. It's very easy to open up a bottle and add a little bit more and see how that works. So start with less is more, reapply. Don't just expect to roll it on once and you're good to go. You're gonna reapply a couple times throughout the day. And if you're not getting those desired effects that you want, add a little bit more oil and notice how you feel. Okay, carrier oils. A carrier oil literally does what it sounds like. It carries that essential oil transdermally through the skin to those desired areas that we are wanting to focus on. So primarily, again, this is used for dilution when we're talking about essential oils. And when you dilute with a carrier oil, it will dilute the potency of the oil. Yes. But it's going to increase the absorption into the skin, and this is going to allow you to get the maximum benefits of the essential oils. So dilution is actually a really good thing for you to do. We want to be using a pure vegetable oil, something that's easy to dissolve and use without damaging the chemical profile of that essential oil. Very important. So there's several different options. There's fractionated coconut oil. doTERRA provides us with fractionated coconut oil that we can use to dilute that essential oil, but also things like avocado oil, walnut oil, macadamia nut oil, sweet almond oil, linseed oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, any of those. My personal favorite is the fractionated coconut oil because it's very lightweight, it's easy to absorb, it doesn't leave a strong scent, and is very convenient to make rollers, to stretch your dollar, to help to save you money. Now let's talk about fractionation because I get asked this question a lot. What is the difference between coconut oil versus fractionated coconut oil? So carrier oils contain these long fatty acids, and these are known to oxidize over time. So they do this process of fractionation, and they actually the shorter length fatty acid chains, they're separated out in this process of fractionation in order to give a longer shelf life. So fractionated coconut oil is just, it's gone through that process of taking those long fatty acids and shortening those, the length of those fatty acids, and it's separated out. And this allows it to be a liquid at room temperature. So when you see coconut oil that you purchase at the store and it's solid at room temperature, and yes, you could technically use that and put it on, but the liquid is so much easier. And we can't make roller bottles with the solid coconut oil. So these are things to consider that you can use to help you with that. But again, my favorite is the fractionated coconut oil. It just works really, really nicely, but you can mix it up and you can try some of those other carrier oils that we mentioned if you have a sensitivity or if you prefer one over the other. So essential oils that we always want to dilute. These are hotter oils. These are things that should always, always, always be diluted before topical use. So things like cassia, cinnamon bark, clove, cumin, geranium, lemongrass, oregano, and thyme. We want to make sure that we dilute those. You can screenshot that. But again, if you go to doTERRA.com and you look up an essential oil, you can read about it and it's going to tell you, hey, always, always dilute this oil, as well as in the book, the education that you got when you got started. It's really nice. I love that we have these tools and these resources that as we're learning to use essential oils safely, we can use those and have those to check in with. So the dosage. We want to use the correct amount to stay in those safe limits, right? With topical use, there is a risk of skin irritation or sensitivity. When I see that, probably means we need to dilute a little bit more with our carrier oil, right? With our fractionated coconut oil. So again, each essential oil has a different chemical profile, and each person has a different skin sensitivity level or skin conditions or preferences. It's that bioindividuality, which is why we have to get really individualized and start tuning in and listening to our body and see what works best for us. So essential oil dosage, that's going to depend on your age, on your size, on your health status, on your personal skin sensitivity. So if you have a specific concern about your skin, talk with your physician before using essential oil topically, or work with your essential oil educator on that. Again, with Prime Meridian coming with doTERRA and these new integrative health clinics coming, doTERRA is doing much more research. They're working with MDs and DOs and medical doctors on education with essential oils. In the future, in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, doctors are going to be talking more and more about essential oils. I'm so, so excited about this, using this as a tool. And also be empowered. Go online, do your own research, print that off, take that to your doctor, have a conversation, see if they're open to talking to you about that. So for a topical dose, again, we're going to start with about 1 to 2 drops, and we're going to increase as needed to see how your body reacts to a small dose of an essential oil. And you can repeat this dose every 4 to 6 hours as needed with that topical use. And it's better to use a few small doses periodically throughout the day versus one large dose all at once. So less is more, less more frequently. Just like when we talked about internal use with essential oils, we're going to do the same with our topical use with that. Sensitivity. This is important. So an essential oil may have an effect on one person and not the other. Again, bioindividuality is key. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Essential oils do not contain allergens, and therefore they cannot actually cause a true allergic reaction in the body. Now, doTERRA's essential oils do not contain any protein molecules, so they cannot create a true allergic response. Oils can't cause us allergic reactions, but essential oils can cause a sensitivity reaction in people because, again, we have those different thresholds, that bioindividuality. It's going to be different for everybody. So a sensitivity can create symptoms that are similar to an allergic reaction, which is why we want to tune in and start to honor the body and notice those things. So there is a sensitivity test that we can conduct to see how your body is going to react. How's your skin going to react to the chemical structure of an oil? So you can put just a little bitty dab of an essential oil, and again, mix that with a carrier oil. So you're gonna do about a drop of an essential oil to about 3 drops of a carrier oil and put it on an inconspicuous area of the skin. Don't do this right on your face, okay? Something else, maybe like behind the leg or on your arm somewhere, and check that area each hour for a couple hours to make sure that there's no sensitivity or irritation that's occurred. This is very, very important. So do a little test if you're not sure. If you've got a child with sensitive skin, anybody with sensitive skin, do the sensitivity test first to see how their body will react with the essential oil. Now, this is very important because we're coming into springtime and summertime, so we need to talk about sun sensitivity. And citrus oils can actually cause a sensitivity when exposed to sun or ultraviolet light after topical application. Please remember this, screenshot this, write this down. Because of these photosensitive compounds in the citrus oils, we do not want to have exposure to direct sunlight or UV light or sun lamps for up to 12 hours after application. So again, read your oil labels carefully, go and do your research, use your resource books, go to doTERRA.com to help you with this. This is very important. So I would not put a citrus oil on my skin and then go out in direct sunlight with that, because it's going to make it more likely that you could burn, which we don't want. So I tell people, if you need that citrus oil for emotional support, because we know that the citrus oils are very happy oils, they're mood boosting oils, put it on a scarf or your shirt where you can smell it, or put it on an area of your body where you're not getting direct sunlight, or maybe put that on like the bottoms of your feet, or use it before you go to bed. So that way that 12 hours has passed by the time you're up and outside and doing those things. Very important. So here's another screen that you can screenshot, another picture, but these are all of the oils that are photosensitive. So things like Aroma Touch, because there are some citrus oils in that blend, bergamot, citrus bliss, which is a blend of a whole lot of citrus oils, cumin, breathe, cheer, forgive, motivate, on guard, elevation, grapefruit, in tune, kumquat, lemon, lime, purify, slim and sassy, sunny citrus, tangerine, wild orange, zendocrine, and our new oil that was just released, citrus bloom. All of these we want to be cautious with, and we do not want to go out into direct sunlight with that. So screenshot that, remember that, tell a friend, sharing is caring. We love our essential oils, but we don't want to put them on our skin and go right out into the sun and play in the sun all day. Very important. All right, these are the different classifications of essential oils. So we have neat, dilute, and sensitive. And you're gonna see this in the doTERRA Essentials book. You're gonna see this little code come up with every single essential oil that's listed, as well as online at doTERRA.com. So use your resources, use your tools to help you. Neat means that an essential oil can be applied without any dilution. Oils in this category, they tend to have a mild chemistry and a lower risk for sensitivity. So think things like lavender, okay? But again, we talked about the benefits of diluting and topical use. So I'm a big advocate for dilute your essential oils. If you're gonna use essential oils topically, dilute them for all of the wonderful benefits that we talked about. Dilute means that oils should be diluted with a carrier oil before topical application every time. These oils have stronger, more potent chemistry, and they can be safely used after dilution. And we just talked about those, right? Hopefully you screenshot that, those hotter oils like oregano and thyme and cassia, some of those. And then sensitive is these oils should always be diluted before using on young or sensitive skin. So pay attention to the label. If you have sensitive skin, if you plan to use essential oils on your child, again, we can do that skin sensitivity test to see how that works for us. And I think of this like peppermint, for example. It's very invigorating, it's cooling. For some people, that may be a little too intense of a sensation for them. So use your carrier oil. And this is what I love about the essential oils is they're very safe. And if you're ever feeling a little bit uncomfortable, maybe it's too intense of a cooling sensation or warming sensation, all you have to do is just add more carrier oil, and that's gonna calm it down. Now, we should talk about this because this will happen with everybody. With application, there are sensitive areas to avoid. So we never want to put essential oils in the eyes or really close to the skin around the eyes. We never want to put essential oils inside the ears. They do not go in the inner ears. So if you needed support, for example, eye support, I woke up in the middle of the night and I just had redness and itching and it wasn't feeling good. I grabbed my Melaleuca or tea tree oil touch roller, which is already pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil. Any of the rollers that say touch are pre-diluted. And I just rolled it around my eye, never inside the eye, around the eye. And I got relief within minutes. It was awesome. Now, if you have a child that's having ear discomfort, their ear is hurting, you can go around the ear. Something like tea tree oil or Melaleuca, lavender, make a little roller bottle and go around the ear. We never want to put essential oils in or around the genitals. And if you have injured, broken, or damaged skin, we want to avoid that. So I usually will say go around. Go around the oil that you're working on. And again, wash your hands with soap and water after applying essential oils topically to avoid contact with these sensitive areas of the skin. It never fails. It happens to all of us, right? We put on our peppermint and wild orange for focus and to energize us, and then we forget and we touch near our eye, and then our eye starts to have a burning sensation. What you're gonna do, you are not going to rinse with water. Water and essential oils do not mix, and that is going to intensify that burning sensation that you're having. So you're going to grab your carrier oil, put that on your hands, and again, go around the eye. That will help to draw it out, and it'll give you relief very quickly. This is your safety tips with essential oils. Or if you have milk, even almond milk or coconut milk will work too. You can rinse your eye with milk or soak a little washcloth in milk and hold it up to the eye. So use your carrier oil, go around the eye, put some milk on a washcloth and hold that there, but do not rinse with water. Water and oil is not going to mix well, and it's going to intensify. All right, here's some really cool ideas for topical use and application with your essential oils. You can put them on your face, again, for a daily skincare regimen. You can add them to your facial cleanser, your moisturizer, your body lotion. You guys know that I love crunchy makeup, and I love to put essential oils in my primer in the morning, and I love Yarrow Palm or Copaiba or Immortelle or frankincense. All of these are beautiful oils that you can apply and use. You can put them on your temples or your forehead or base of the skull or neck. So say you're having head or neck tension, you can get your peppermint or your past tense and apply those in and use those to help if you're having tension or you're hurting. Maybe you need some support, so you can apply oils right to the abdomen. So if you have digestive discomfort or just helping with a healthy digestive function, one of my favorite things to do is take my Digest Zen Touch roller that's already pre-diluted, or you can make your own rollers like we talked about. And I love to roll that on my abdomen before I go to bed to just help with gut health and digestive health and support while I sleep. Or if you need anything for soothing or calming an upset tummy, that's going to be great. You can also apply the essential oils topically over the lower abdomen during your menstrual cycle. If you want to create just a comforting massage, what a beautiful act of self-care. I love Clary Calm, which is a blend, or Clary Sage, or rosemary. One of my sweet leaders, Rosa, was talking about how rosemary has really helped her to calm that discomfort that she has around her monthly cycle. So lots of different areas that you can apply the oils topically to support you. You can also do arms, legs, back. That's going to be really soothing. You can have that cooling and warming properties, do a relaxing massage. So maybe you worked out and you have sore muscles. Deep blue oil or deep blue rub is my favorite for this. Really, really great to put on those areas before and after a workout. You can put them over your chest to have very cooling properties, and this can actually help with feelings of clear breathing and the aromatic benefits with that. So think of something like Breathe that you can just apply topically right over the chest. I love to put Breathe on before I exercise. It's a really nice one, and then you just do a nice palm inhale or inhale out of the bottle. It's really going to help. Or bottoms of the feet. This is going to be a really ideal place to apply the oils because the feet can readily absorb the essential oils. And especially when you're trying oils for the first time or when you're using oils on kids or babies, bottoms of the feet is a really great place to start with them, because especially the thick skin that is less prone to sensitivity, that thicker skin is there, and the bottoms of the feet is not going to be as sensitive. So great place to do a sensitivity test there and see how that works for you. Oh, Aaron, my brother-in-law's on, and he's with baby Ethan, so we're going to say hi to baby Ethan. Speaking of my sweet nephew, we put oils and have used oils on him a lot for different ways to support him, right? He's teething right now, so we're applying oils around the jaw and using that. We do oils on the bottoms of his feet and spine before we go to bed. That's what I love about the essential oils, is truly from birth all the way through life, you can use them to help you. These are really powerful tools, and with using them safely and with dilution, we can feel really confident doing that. So some closing thoughts for you. Quality matters. Please do not try to do this with fake adulterated perfume, synthetic fragrances from the store, even the health food store, the mall. What we're talking about is a therapeutic grade oil. You're not going to get therapeutic results with something that is fake and adulterated and not pure and made in a lab. Read your labels really, really carefully. Investigate the quality, the purity, the sourcing, what's going on with those before you use it. Because again, we talked about everything that we put on our skin is going to be absorbed into our bloodstream. So quality truly does matter. Respect the oils. Proper dosing is key. These are concentrated. So we're not going to put citrus oils on and go out into the sun all day. We're not going to put something like oregano or thyme on our skin without diluting. We're going to use our resources. This is empowered, informed self-care. With this, we know that we're going to dilute to get better and maximize benefits with our essential oil usage. And again, work with your qualified healthcare professional and your essential oil educator for your specific health and wellness needs. It's great to have these empowered discussions. And again, as more of these integrative prime meridian healthcare clinics are coming, more and more doctors are going to be educated and get to see the research and these tools and how powerful doTERRA essential oils are. I'm so excited. If you don't have peace about something, don't do it. Trust your intuition, trust your inner wisdom, listen to your body, notice how your body feels and responds. Your body talks to you. So it's our job to listen and be informed and work with our body with all of these things. So here's a couple resources if you want to screenshot that and have that on hand. This is my website. I do offer virtual health coaching services. If you want to go more one-on-one on any of these things, this is my email. I'm on Facebook. Please go over to the Facebook page and like it, and you'll get notified if there are any events that are upcoming. And then this group, our Learning with Dr. Laura group, this is where we do an educational class once a month on a different topic that you can check out. We have a podcast over on Facebook that we do Facebook Live podcast, Two Curls on Oil. We have Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Periscope, Pinterest. I'm in all the places, so you can check that out over at Dr. Laura Ricci. And I'm also on YouTube, so you can check out lots of different classes and education. It's free. It's open to everybody. I have over, I think, 380, last I checked, videos on health and wellness and the essential oils. And if you're brand new, if you do not have an account with doTERRA, if you've been following me a while, if you've been thinking about incorporating these essential oils into your life, there's actually a special that's going on just through the 15th, so just through Monday, April 15th. And if you get started with my favorite starter kit, which is the top 10 oils in the big bottles plus a diffuser, you're going to get Deep Blue Rub, which we talked about, and Deep Blue Oil. These are amazing for topical use. They're going to support you in so many ways. So quick rundown: peppermint is that cooling that we talked about for head or neck tension. Oregano is going to be really great to create a warming sensation. If you're having sore muscles or joints, again, dilute that one. Melaleuca or tea tree oil, it's great for topical for skin. We call it the zit zapper. You got a little spot, you can put that on there. Very amazing also for ear discomfort. As with lavender, lavender is very calming, helps us sleep. You can put that oil diluted on the bottoms of your feet. or if you're having anxious feelings or skin irritations. Lemon, which we love. I love to actually do lemon in my water, but it's really great. Works as a natural goo gone. So if your child gets gum in their hair or draws with marker on your table or something, lemon is great. Frankincense, oh, we love frankincense. So we always say, when in doubt, pull frank out. If you have no clue what essential oil to use your frankincense. It is amazing for the skin. It is calming. It's great for cellular health, so many things. And then we got a couple blends. Our On Guard blend is our protective blend. You use this to really support your immune system, or if you're feeling like you're getting under the weather, or just to get rid of the pathogens and the bugs, right? When you're people, because people, there you go. Deep Blue, aches, discomfort, if you're hurting, and again, having the Deep Blue rub with this is so cool. Breathe for that respiratory support, and then Digescend for all things digestive. You know, any type of upset tummy, if you after a meal or anything like that, this is really great. So these are my favorite. You're gonna get $87 worth of stuff for free if you get started by the 15th. This is the other option. We have a small bottle starter kit, and this is the top 10 oils, same exact oils. They're just in the little bottles. So with the big one, there's about 250 drops in each bottle of oil. This is gonna last you a really long time because we talked about you just need 1 to 2 drops when you're dealing with a health concern, or if you're gonna make your roller bottle, this is gonna last you 3 to 6 months easily. And so for less than double the price, you get 2/3 more oil with the bigger bottle kit. But we do have this one. This is a great sample kit. So these are 5 ml bottles. There's about 80 to 85 drops in each one. It doesn't come with the diffuser, but I have an option for you, and this is just until they sell out. This is a limited time thing. You could actually add a diffuser to this kit. This is a really beautiful limited time diffuser. This is our Brevi diffuser, which is gorgeous. It has a white marble look to it and a very limited time oil citrus bloom, which smells amazing. I'm diffusing it right now. And you can add that, and it's just while supplies last. These have already sold out in Canada. I don't think the US is far behind, but if you've been following me for a while, if you've been thinking about getting started with essential oils, reach out to me. I would love to help and serve. Comment below, send me a direct message, and we'll get you supported. We do a lot of education with all of that. So let me see if we have any questions, and type in your questions if anything has come up with this class. So Abby says that dilution is so important, that she used to not dilute the essential oils, and she noticed when she didn't apply it with fractionated coconut oil that the benefits wouldn't last long. Yeah, it makes a big difference. Definitely, that's a great comment. Thanks for letting us know that, Abby. So Lorraine says, listen to your body. If I have an oil, it's in-tune touch. I put it on and it makes me feel uneasy and nauseous, so I diluted it even more. So Lorraine, in-tune is actually not diluted. That is straight up essential oil. So what I would do is take a little pipette, and I would open up that roller bottle and take a pipette and maybe heavily dilute it, put just a few drops in a new roller, top with your fractionated coconut oil, and see how you feel with that. Now, what could also be coming up is an emotional issue, and I see this over and over. So grab your emotions and essential oil book, because it's true, you could be having a sensitivity to that, but in-tune is not diluted. It's straight up oil. So I would start with less is more, and I would dilute it. I would start with a little bit on the bottoms of the feet, maybe 1 to 2 drops in a 10 ml roller on the bottoms of the feet. And then what we can do is we can just grab our emotions and essential oils book. You can get this from Share Oils. It's one of my favorites. And so to give you an example, in-tune emotionally is the oil of presence. So this actually helps to calm the mind. It helps to facilitate inner peace, and it helps to quiet and ground and bring in more support in that area. So it gently guides the soul into full awareness of its physical body and physical surroundings. So it says if you're struggling to accept the reality of your current life situation, then in-tune can really help to bring some grounding, bring some connection to the body and the mind. So it really helps to empower those. So if you're feeling distracted, if you're feeling like you're not present or aware, or maybe you're procrastinating or you're feeling really scattered. Intune helps to bring focus, and it helps us to live in the present moment, and it helps us to feel calm. So if I ever have a oiler that's having an issue with an essential oil, I will always have them go to this book and read and see if that resonates with them at all. And if it does not, well, I will say almost always does. It almost always does. So that's bringing up an emotional component. And that's one of those things that aromatic support. I think next month we're going to do a class all on aromatic use of essential oils, because it's fascinating to me, because it goes into, we inhale it through that olfactory nerve into our limbic system. It houses our memories. It's a direct link into our central nervous system, which is powerful. So what I would do is actually just do 1 to 2 drops of Intune in a roller, top with your fractionated coconut oil, roll it on the bottoms of your feet, and put socks and shoes on so you don't even have to smell it. Do that for a week, and then smell it again in a week and notice how you feel with that. Especially if anything that we just talked about resonates with you, it's probably an emotional component that's coming up, which is so powerful. So again, this is why I love the essential oils, because we look at the body holistically, and there's a lot of different things that are going on there. So listen to your body. Again, your body's kind of telling you something. So dilute, use appropriately. See if that is bringing up an emotional component for you. This is all related. And okay, so that makes sense. Oh, and it is coming up at a time when you're feeling overwhelmed and scattered. Yeah, it's my pleasure, Lorraine. It's interesting how that happens. But yeah, just honor your body. That's a good question. We see that come up a lot. And in our Learning with Dr. Laura Facebook group, you can actually scroll down. I did a whole video on what happens if there's an essential oil that you don't like. And we dive really deep into this topic. It's fascinating to me. And I think next month we'll really dive into aromatic use, which is really powerful. It's one of my favorite ways to use the essential oils. Okay, if you've hung with me this long, thank you. Thank you for being here and joining us. We're gonna do a giveaway. So I want you to post one new thing that you learned below in the comments to enter. And this is gonna be, I think it's really important for us to have apps and resources and tools to support us and educate us. So one of my favorite essential oil apps is actually called EO eBooks. Stands for Essential Oil eBook. It's an app. And we are going to select a winner 1 week from today on Friday, April 12th. So anything that you learned, and we will just purchase this for you as a gift. Unfortunately, with iTunes, it has to be in the US. I wish it would let me send it internationally. But so if you're a US viewer watching, post something that you learn and we'll enter you into the drawing to get this app. It's one of my favorites. And I think, again, it's empowering to have tools and resources right on our phone that we can use, especially when we're learning about the essential oils. So do that there. Again, I would love to help and support you if you are wanting to reduce your toxic load, to be a healer in your own home, to have tools that are going to help with digestive support, respiratory support, emotional support, aches or discomfort, if you're feeling under the weather. These are so empowering. And if you are not already working with somebody, I would love to be your essential oil educator mentor. We have a private Facebook group that we put in our new oilers for education support. We teach regular classes and help with that, which is so powerful. And then also we hop on a one-on-one call. So I'm going to send you a welcome packet with some tools and some resources to get you going. So you're gonna have everything that you need. And we're gonna do a call and I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to do these. I think that's very important. We're gonna empower you to feel really confident using your oils and tools safely in your home, because I think it's so important. It's a big deal when choosing somebody to get started with. You're kind of married to that person. That's gonna be your person. So I really want you to make sure that you feel comfortable with that person, that person is going to provide you with education and support and mentoring and all of those things, which is really nice. So it's always such a joy to be here with you guys. I love to teach, and honestly, I get messages and emails from people almost every day who are not getting support and education from the person that brought them to oils, and it breaks my heart, which is why we have this public platform and why I do share so much on my social media and here. So again, I just want to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this class with us live or catching the replay. And we will be back next month. Probably, we got to do aromatic, right? We did topical and internal. We got to do aromatic next and dive into that, which is a really fun topic as well. And hopefully you've learned some great stuff. Thank you for being here. Again, if you are ready to get started with essential oils, I would love to be your girl and support you. And these specials, well, the Brevi Diffuser and the Citrus Bloom, I have no idea. It's only going to be here. When it's gone, and it's gone for good. So reach out to me if you want to snag that, or with the awesome Deep Blue and Deep Blue Rub special. This is just through the 15th. And when it's gone, it's gone. doTERRA only does this once a year. So now is a really exciting, awesome time to empower your health and wellness. We'll catch you guys next month. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.